Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the tiny little demon cat himself. It's Mikey G. Wolf for 3v3. Wow, that was a mess up. How are you doing this week, Mikey?
I think you can do better than that.
I don't. Though my mouth just decided to turn to mush by the end of what I was talking about there. I just want to...
You did start out very eloquent and everything else, and then that sort of like, I'm never going on, I bit my tongue.
This is what happens when I try to do a George.
Good luck.
I can only channel him for mere moments.
It's better than what happens when most people try to do with George, is they just catch fire.
That's only because he has the power of the Dark Ones behind him. But we don't talk about that.
No.
There's a universal law in place because of that. How are you doing this week, Mikey?
I'm alright, it's too fucking hot.
Yeah, I mean, we are certainly in the death season, and by that, I mean summer.
I was driving up the road today and I literally saw green grass catch fire. Not kidding.
What?
Yeah, and then a few seconds later someone ran out with a bucket.
Was it you not just causing fires?
Am I starting fires? Is that what you're asking me, Andy?
I'm just saying this seems more plausible. It seems like something you do for a laugh. I'm not hearing a denial, which makes my point even stronger. So you've been watching fields burn, so that's an interesting way to spend your week, Mr. Sippy Cup.
Pointed water drinking in that one.
Mm-hmm. But apart from watching things burn, how's the time been?
I was going to say watching things burn is normal.
Oh, wow, okay. Worrying, but fine, fair enough.
Sometimes you must watch them burn down to the ground.
Not the ground.
The ground.
Oh dear. Alright, fair play. We're here to talk about Transformers this week, young Mikey, and we do have little bits. TFcon did happen, but it was the Toronto one. So that kind of means that since we already have had TFcon... When did we have the American one? When was that?
Twice.
What do you mean? We've had it twice
in the last year.
What? Really?
Yes.
This is the third TFcon? Jesus.
This is the third TFcon this year. There's going to be another 2 American ones coming up soon.
Oh my god. Okay, but when was the last TFcon?
I want to say March.
I think it might be right.
Or maybe a little later, but...
Not much later. But yeah, so it hasn't been that long, so I will say there's not a massive amount to talk about from reveals. Not much was revealed, but, we got bits of news here and there, Hold that dial. Don't change that podcast channel or YouTube channel. That works. People could be listening to this on YouTube. We're going to start off though, Mikey, with some non-TFcon third pod news because this was shown off earlier in the week, which is the Mech Fans Toys MS-26 Iron Sky. Not Iron Skies, the fun movie about Nazis coming in from the moon, if I recall. That's what Iron Skies was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also from beneath the earth and from the center of the earth when they were riding dinosaurs. They're all reptilians.
Was that the sequel?
Yes, but I don't know. I know it was I saw the trailer, but I don't know if it was ever actually released.
Oh.
Was Iron Skies 2? Maybe, but I remember that it was out this year and it never came out that year.
I mean, there's Sharknado 4 or 5, so there must be Iron Skies 2, surely.
There's probably Sharknado reboots by now. Iron Sky 2 trailer to 2019. Iron Sky has had... hang on, let's see. Iron Sky sequel, The Coming Race, crowdfunded and released in January 2019.
Huh. So it is out?
It is out. It's been in the works for a while. Yeah, production.
Well, if it's crowdfunded, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, they were talking about this, having this film on the go since 2013.
Ooh, boy, okay. Well, crowdfunding, Anyway, Iron Sky is a legend scale G1 Astro Train. He is a triple changer who transforms into 3 modes, but we only get to see 2 of them. That being the Shuttle and Letron. That means the train. Oh. You might not have known that. That was a There's a bit of French right there, Mikey. You may not have picked up on that. So, Mikey, I'm going to ask you, since we don't unfortunately get the Robit mode, what do you think of young Astro Train in said shuttle mode and his train mode?
They look fine.
Okay, all right.
I mean, there's very, very, very little to say about it.
I mean, they're not painted, that's for sure. So
they're not painted.
Just...
I mean, they look Generation 1, but in a small scale. They look mech fan toys, which means they look relatively simplistic. There looks like they don't come together 100% in either mode, but that could be the prototype element.
I don't know. I think the train does. I think the train comes together a lot more solidly than the jet.
I'll agree with that.
Sorry, not the jet, the shuttle. Mainly because the shuttle cockpit bit seems to just stick out, and it doesn't blend in with the rest of the, let's call them the lower legs. And then he does have a very obvious torso piece.
Yeah.
I think the train works a little bit. The train will not work if the shoulders for the arms are coloured not purple, I suppose. And that would break up that look. But, it's hard to say because it's, there's uncolored prototypes.
Yeah.
But it is very sliced down the middle legs kind of thing, which, again, might come together better when it's not a prototype and when it is coloured. Yeah. But I did want to see a robot mode.
It's because I'm missing the in-between steps when I look at this.
Is that because you don't see a robot mode?
Yeah, because robot modes are really good for giving you an idea with triple changers anyway of how transformation can work in any of the modes. And here, all I can really say is that you probably turn the train upside down.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, you'll
basically what you seem to do is
shuttlecock in, and then
you just the wings of the shuttle and the side of the shuttle flip up and become the bottom of the train and the wheels.
Yep.
And then the thing is, I don't know how much else is going on. Like, you clearly flip in the front of the shuttle, the cockpit, but I'm wondering if it's just kind of more genuine and we flip and hide some panels and do very little transforming between it, because you could do that in this case.
It does look like they're going for a very G1 transformation with maybe some tweaks here and there. Because, that's what they did for the original toy, turned it upside down. And for the time, Astro Train was quite a neat, interesting little figure to do stuff like that, to flip him upside down and shell form him up to make him a different coloured vehicle. That was pretty neat. But today, is it maybe being a bit too harsh just because it is a legend scale? Granted, we don't know really what that means. We don't know how big it is going to be compared to the other legend scaled things. Is it going to be a big legend scaled figure like a Scorponok, or is it going to be a small one like the RC from Iron Factory? Like, there are scales in this legend scale line, so giving it like leeway can only go so far depending on how big this legend scale figure is, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But we'll see. Again, no idea on the price, but this stuff will pop up later in time. Yep. Mikey, do you want to tell me about some Generation Select figures? And no, they are both Generation Select. Go me.
Yeah, one of these we've had plenty of teasers of in the last couple of weeks, and that is Deluxe Class Lancer. So she is a retool of the Power of the Primes Combiner female limb. So I think she's got a new head. Is it a new head? I think so. And she's because Searchlight has the elf ears and she doesn't have that.
What about the Chromia? Is it Chromia's head?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
Do you even know what Chromia looks like? I mean, are you a real fan?
No, because I don't have like any of the Siege line.
Casual dick.
That's right.
And she's not Siege, Andy. She's Power of the Primes. Repainted and released under the Siege banner.
Is
God. It? Yeah. Because the Chromia in that line is a retool of this figure.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'm looking at the combiner port. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So she is the final limb you need to make your female combiner Orthea, using Elita 1 as your centered torso.
Did you see the combined picture that they put up online of it?
Well, with Chromia hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, I'm here too, guys.
Wow. That does not blend together well.
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And then we also get Leader Class Galactic Man. Shockwave, or as I think we'll all be calling him, Shackwave.
No. His name is Galactic Man. That's it.
So this is a Shockwave done in the original, the Radio Shack deco that was done for this toy of grey and white with a red eye, which also, and I've been having sort of like an out of body experience with this during the week, made me realize that animated Shockwave's original colors are based off of Shackwaves. Mm-hmm. And I that's never hit me ever. And I was just like, what is life? Who are you? But yeah, so what are your thoughts? These are both Generation Select figures, which means you'll be buying them off the Hasbro store. But your thoughts, Andrew?
I will not be buying them off the Hasbro store at all.
You will be.
I won't.
You will be because I'm telling you.
Oh, well, I don't want to. I mean, the problem with Galactic Man is, even though he has a fantastic name, it's kind of a boring color scheme.
It does kind of look like someone just hit the grayscale button.
Yeah, they went, okay, let's desaturate the figure. And
we don't have the ink. We don't have the colored ink.
And I mean, this wouldn't, I don't think this would sell in the stores. This is really, it makes sense why this has been done for Generation Select, because it is heavily focused on the collector's market. I just don't think it's very interesting. I think it's very boring. Personally, I think if you're going to do a Shockwave repaint, do the really dumb one, do the dumbest one, and do Six Shot from Energon. I've said this, but I'm sure I've said this before with Shockwaves. Because you can't even do Shock Blast, because the only real difference is he has a bit more green in him, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you can't do a huge amount with a Shockwave, so this is the logical but fairly boring choice. At least from my point of view. This might be the thing people were looking for, but...
Oh, people are flipping about this.
Really? Oh, good for them.
Just a novelty more than anything else, but...
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I can't imagine people would look at it and think it's a striking figure, because if you have this on the shelf... it's gonna blend in unless everything else on the shelf's really flamboyant and colourful.
But it also means like you'll never notice him, and then you'll get a bit of a jump when he's in the room.
He scares you.
It's just like, oh, I'm just checking my shelf now. It's just like, ha. Oh, Shockwave, it's just you. You've been there the whole time.
So, are you saying it's like the shadow people when you have night paralysis? You'll just see him in the corner of the room, like edged towards you and sit on your chest. I am Galactic Man.
I was also thinking like, I better get dressed in the morning. Oh, Shockwave, you're there. Just like, no. Shockwave, well, yeah.
Why does Shockwave have a knife? I am Galactic Man. The psychologist told me not to fear Galactic Man. Picture of him hanging out your window with a knife. He was wrong. Now, in terms of Lancer, it's almost there. I like the in-your-face, I'm going to break your eyesight colors. The problem I have is the face.
Yeah, it's not great.
The face is Jinx's from Pokemon.
I mean, yes.
I really dislike it. Is that
because you dislike Jinx? I mean...
I never liked Jinx. Even when Pokemon was a thing, I always thought Jinx was the worst.
And now that Jinx no longer shows up in any of the cartoons, and we all pretend she's not real.
Always a shit Pokemon. The way I think you say... The purple, I don't think works just generally for a face color surrounded by orange. Mainly because at a distance, you lose a lot of the detail. And having bright white lips... What?
Sorry, continue on. I've just had I was scrolling down the thread and saw something, and now my entire worldview has been rearranged. But keep talking.
Okay. The bright white lips do nothing but make the figure, at least in my eyes, look ridiculous. I think it probably would have been better to maybe use the color of the lips for the skin tone for the face, and maybe reversed and had the purple for the lipstick, maybe. I think that would have worked a lot better, but I really the head throws me off so much. I find it quite disappointing at that point. Otherwise, I would have been on board for it, especially if you put like on the vehicle mode, like just on a little side bit, you put like a tiger symbol. Ooh, that would have been good. And then you could have had like a nod to G.I. Joe, Tiger Force.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking, Mikey?
Galactic Man, I like the robot mode. Mm-hmm. It is boring, but It's got like you can always say like it's one of those like Batman noir statues.
Yeah,
where they're like, here's Batman, but all the color's gone. Oh, I guess it's artistic. But what really kills it for me is the vehicle mode, because it goes from the best vehicle mode in the line to just this indistinct line, this horizontal structure.
Yeah,
like nothing pops on that. There's like it just light. It does not escape, kind of thing.
It's a background spaceship in a sci-fi show. Like
yeah,
it's not your main character's ship. It's one of the ones that got blown up.
Yeah. Lancer, I think she's too saturated. Her color, like her face, I don't like her face sculpt at all. Mm-hmm. But the colors for me are too much on the saturation level.
Okay.
It's kind of like if someone took Impactor and just kept on oversaturating the picture.
See, I love the saturation because it is 90s.
It is 90s, but she's an 80s character.
Oh, no one gives a shit about that.
Well, she wouldn't exist if they didn't.
This
toy is not being made because people are going like, man, that Lancer.
No. Who was she? Was she
one of the female Autobots?
Episode? Oh, from G1 episode The Search for Alpha Trion. God, I don't remember.
Was she with Powerglide?
Maybe.
Because they all had boyfriends, remember? Because the girls were all introduced and they all had boyfriends. Arcee's the only one who didn't have a boyfriend. Also, Arcee's
right.
Arcee was technically the first female Autobot made, so it's also like, oh god, we've got one and she doesn't have a man, but we need to...
Arcee was a strong, independent woman. She didn't need no man.
She didn't need no man, but we also got to introduce a bunch in the show. We better get them, lads.
Well, that's how you give them character. They have character because they are related to another character that you know.
Yeah, like, let's be honest.
Dot.
For years, did anyone care about Chromia for who she was?
Oh, no one.
They cared because she was Mrs. Ironhide.
Was she in the comics?
Oh, God, none of them were in the comics.
Okay.
Until Dreamwave, I think.
Oh, jeez, okay.
And that was a very brief thing.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, think about it. I think outside of some vague stuff like Club Fiction and everything else, I think the first proper comic appearance for a lot of these characters was IDW.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Lancer doesn't really do it for me. Which is a shame, because I think it's really good to have another female combiner. I wish it looked better.
I was going to say, hey, Mikey.
I didn't say
Megatronia or
hey,
this
no.
thing.
Let's say there's Megatronia. There's a jump. That's quite a jump. I'd say Victorion next. Another jump, and then Orthia, or whatever her name is, in the color schemes. Like, I'd actually think at least they're the same hue, so Victorion gets away with her bad color scheme. Like, these guys, they're not even, like, the same levels of colors.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember, like, a really early Simpsons episode where Homer tries to skateboard over the gorge?
Oh, God.
Right? So, at the peak where he's the king of the world, he's gonna make it. That's Megatronia.
Yeah.
Then he starts to fall. And then there's the rest on the way down. You can decide which bump is which, but that's my opinion on it. But this is the worst one.
Oh, yeah.
This is easily the worst one, and it's a shame. Maybe let Japan handle your color schemes.
Yeah.
Maybe let them do that.
Yeah, but the thing I freaked out about is that if you scroll down, right? So you need to scroll down and hit show more.
Okay.
Now keep on scrolling down.
Hang on. Scroll down. Show more.
You see a picture with a green circle.
Show more. Picture with a green circle. Show more again. I see the old G1 combiners.
No, you got to scroll. So all the pictures I've got is like you've got a picture Shockwave going, "Am I a slagging joke to you?"
Right.
And then scroll down again.
Hang on, which one do you mean? Do you mean on the Shockwave one, or do you mean the
Shockwave one?
Okay, yeah, I was looking on the other one. Okay, so
you fool!
Scroll down. Oh yeah, okay, I see the green circle from Aliens.
Now, I didn't know this. Did you know this?
What?
What's in that circle, Andy?
Oh my god, it's Shockwave!
Yeah, and there's another in the corner.
In the corner, what do you mean?
Top left.
Oh my god, there is! It just doesn't have the gun part on?
No, it doesn't.
What the fuck?
Apparently this is Galactic Man.
What?
This is his colors. This was when he was Galactic Man.
He was in Aliens. Oh my god, that's really cool.
Galactic Man's a movie star, man.
Gee, that's pretty fucking cool. Do you think some asshole was on the set one day and turned them all on?
Oh my god.
That's amazing. It works really well, like, when it's not in focus. It works really well for just, like, nonsense sci-fi gubbin materials, doesn't it, when you stick it on a pole?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's ace.
I'd never seen that before.
No, that blows my mind a lot more than the Shockwave from animated color schemes. This blows my mind a lot more than that.
Well, this is just like, what?
Yeah, Jesus. Well, look at that. Now people know who may not have looked through the forums.
It's not in the wiki either.
Yeah.
So, fucked up there, didn't you, Chris?
Oh, he doesn't listen to the show.
And Jala Guy, who may or may not listen. I honestly don't know.
Okay. Shall I move on, Mr. Mikey?
Do indeed.
Okay, upcoming rumours rumours of upcoming Generation Siege figures is probably the better way to phrase it. We have Cybertron Defense Hotshot, which should be a repaint of Hound with a new head sculpt. Cool. We have the Refractor 3-pack, which is a 3-pack of refractors, let's just say reflector, in Generation 1 toy colours. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So, Reflector, Spectro, and Viewfinder?
Oh, Jesus. Props for getting all that shit right. But they'll be in those color schemes. Okay. With a special packaging that will resemble a digital camera box. Sweet. Hasbro Plus, that's in speech kind of quotations, Nightbird, which is a repaint of Chromia with a new head sculpt. The listing as Hasbro Plus may indicate this as a Generation Select figure. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There is already a best version of Nightbird.
That is good. It's not perfect, but
this one won't fall down.
I mean, you will make it fall down if you do it right. I don't know. I potentially would be interested in this, but it would heavily depend on how the head sculpt looked.
The Chromia mold is so greebly.
It is. It has a lot of shit on its back.
She's a smooth ninja.
Yeah.
And, like, at least the RC mold has the lines. This is going to be like Greeble backpack.
That's right. It will have a backpack, but it won't have the joint for the power core combiner thing. Powers of the Primes stuff. So, yeah, there is that. Deluxe Power Dash, which would be a repaint of Brunt with a new head sculpt. Which one's Brunt?
Grand Nagus. Acting.
Oh, bad Mikey.
Don't need the grunt.
I mean, good Mikey, to be fair, but bad Mikey.
But it's the tank that is the arms guy. The little purple tank guy.
Okay.
He breaks up into weapons.
Yeah.
And for Tripticon.
Oh, Six Gun. Yeah, that's right. They just named him Brunt for some reason, didn't they?
No. Brunt's the name of the tank that goes to Tripticon.
Yeah.
And he has that alt mode.
Right. Fair play. Would that work as Power... Well, who gives a shit? It's Power Dasher. Mikey, any thoughts on Power Dasher?
I'd have to see it. That's a thing with some of these. I'd have to see them.
Yeah, that's fair. Deluxe Decepticon Impactor. What?
I mean, he was supposed to be a Decepticon when the toy was released. Or at least when this was all going down, because it was supposed to be like Autobot versus Decepticon.
Yeah. Different paint deco from the Wave 4 release of this figure. Of the figure. So, unfortunately for me, that's a no, because I think the figure just looks poo to begin with.
We could have had tracks and needle nose, but you all made a wrong choice.
Mm-hmm.
And you also
Micromaster 10
when we
pack.
could have had Dead Saurus.
A Micromaster 10 pack, but it doesn't really say anything else about it.
I'm assuming that's just repaints of all the Battle Masters.
You'd assume so, yeah. Which is, maybe. Leader Shockwave in Galactic Man, which we already know, a Shockwave.
Which is the sort of like hint that this might have some bearing to it.
Yeah, exactly. We also have next up are the listed rumours of a couple tidbits from Katz. According to him, SDCC will reveal the following to us. The name of the next line are figures in the Generations War Cybertron line. I mean, that makes sense. That seems like something that would happen. A new Titan class figure revealed. I mean, again, that makes sense. One would assume probably Tripticon, not Tripticon, Scorponok.
He would make the most. To be honest, I'm trying to think about who you could do who's not a combiner that they haven't already done.
Oh, yeah, they could do a combiner. But even then, they've done a lot of the combiners.
I do Raiden.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. The problem is, Mikey, trains
Metro
don't
Titan.
sell.
Trains don't sell. I keep forgetting that.
People people hate trains in the West. That's what we always seem to hear.
They spit on them as they drive by.
Train wankers.
Look at you with your reasonable time of transport.
No, Shinkansen, that's for fucking sure. Yeah, I can't think of many combiners that we haven't had that they would feel the urge to make all big and sexual.
Because we're getting the Seacons, and I'm assuming he'll be Hasbro Select, and I'm hoping we get God Neptune out of that.
I was going to say, unless Hasbro go, you could get the shitty small one, or you could get our big thick boy.
Yeah, but okay, if they do a big thick boy and then say, also it's a pirate, like, okay, yeah. Yeah.
No, Japan would... See, they wouldn't do the pirate. Japan would do the pirate once they got their hands on it. And then you go, for fuck's sake, come on now.
Yeah.
A new Commander class reveal. What's the Commander class? Is that leader?
The Jetfire stuff.
Oh, so yeah, not Titan class, but not leader class.
So like the old Supreme class.
They could do anyone for that, I suppose.
Oh god. Someone big, probably. So who's in a Jetfire scale when you think of Jetfire big? Oh no! Don't make me throw up. I'm trying to actually think who you do.
Would you do a Decepticon or an Autobot? Do you think for that kind of scale?
We'd do a Decepticon.
It's true. It's true. Are you saying they do Bumblebee or Optimus?
Who could you do? Because it's got to be someone who's G1-y.
Yeah. He'd be big and thick.
Who's a big boy Decepticon who's not like an Astro Train?
Yeah, I was going to say Astro Train, but we know he's coming already as a leader, so can't really do him. And I don't think you'd do Octane.
Commander class Octane. I think people would faint.
Octane? Really? All right. I don't know, to be honest. That could be quite interesting.
Yeah.
A new leader class figure reveal. This is hinted to be a car or armored car.
I really hope it's armored because a leader class car is going to look very odd. It's just Hot Rod.
Oh god. No, Armada Hot Rod.
Oh god.
Shot.
I'm smiling. Jam.
Jam. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, exactly like you say, a leader class car just won't work. So it has to be an armored car, logically. Oh, Mikey, leader class car, right?
Yeah.
I know how to sell it to you. Knockout.
Ah!
It wouldn't make sense, but you wouldn't care.
Oh no, you do it like the Power of the Prime Leaders. You have Knockout, and then you have an armor that's Breakdown.
Oh, that's right. It would be, yeah, because he'd be a vehicle, wouldn't he? He'd be a deluxe, slight Voyager scaled car, and then he'd have shit stuck onto him to make him bigger. Oh,
yeah,
that could work.
Or they do you could do Knockout and have him turn into Crockout.
That would also be pretty neat. If you could also put the bits together to make like just a stupid robot crocodile as well.
Yeah, that'd be something. I'd like it. Like something because if leader isn't just size anymore now. If in this line it's got extra bits and bobs.
Yeah, it's like battle.
It's more Voyagers
station
with add-ons.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's fair.
So you do get a bit more leeway on who you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think so far, Astro Train's the only one who just looks to be a normal leader class figure. I'm sorry.
That's a good point. I'm hoping and assuming that's because he's a triple changer and the budget's going into making him a triple changer rather than anything else. So hopefully, like maybe I don't think a lot of people like the whole Voyager plus extra bits to make him funner, do they?
I mean, I do for.
I don't think purists like that, and I don't want to use the word purists.
Purists are something that I don't deal with in any fiction.
Yeah,
but I like the Shockwave quite a bit. I'm waiting for them to go on sale around here.
That's the problem for me and you. The price
expensive.
of them are just way too.
Well,
much,
they are absolutely too expensive, especially in England. They're too expensive.
Oh yeah.
But I am waiting for them to go on sale, and I will definitely pick them up. But the Ultra Magnus and the Optimus I like for the novelty.
Which one's Prime again?
Galaxy Force.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see where it's going.
I definitely hope it's Decepticon, since we already have 2 Autobot leader classes and we've got 1 Decepticon. The Shockwave doesn't count because it's a repaint. So if we could get another Decepticon for that would be cool. I was going to say Galvatron, but it says car or armored car. And I was like, hang on a tick. Galvatron's not a car. Though it would be funny if he was. Right, so that's all of the rumors for the upcoming stuff. I'll also take this little bit of San Diego Comic-Con stuff, which is the 2019 Mondo exclusive poster. This is exciting stuff, has been revealed. It's a movie-esque poster. It will be available on Saturday the 20th of July, which is 6 days from now as we're recording, at the Mondo booth, which is number 435. Should be easy to find. And through the online store for $55 and $75 respectively. It's going to be a 24-inch by 36-inch poster. It's going to be high resolution and fancy and all that kind of bobbins for your posters. How do you think this looks, Mikey? I think it looks fine. I don't think I like the look of it for $55 or $75 myself.
Yeah, kind of the same.
Yeah. It is stylized. It has Prowl melting from the inside. It has Dead Optimus Prime. It has Unicron screaming at Megatron. It has a shuttle coming out of Unicron's eye. Magnus and Galvatron. Galvatron's holding Magnus's gun. Magnus doesn't look happy about that.
Yeah, I should say I like the art.
Yeah. It's not bad art in any stretch.
Yeah, it's just I would not personally be willing to pay, 3/4 of $100 for it.
I think the most egregious thing is the Prime pose, because Optimus Prime is doing the I'm jumping in the air shooting as I've just transformed, which I feel like I've seen everywhere.
That's because you have.
Yeah. So that would be my only bit where I'd go, not that. It's okay. It's fine. Mikey.
Yeah, that's my name.
TFcon Toronto.
Happen.
What do you mean it didn't happen?
There was no TFcon this year.
There was. People have gone. People bought stuff.
No, the Markiplier went apparently, but that's all I know.
What was that about?
I don't know. Like, the first thing I saw was a comment on... Because I wanted to watch some of Chris's panels and stuff, but the stream wouldn't load for me. But I saw some comments, one of which was, look at all those empty chairs. Reality check. Okay. And the other one was Chris Ho, the Markiplier of toy reviews. And I can't tell if that's they mean that as a compliment or an insult.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Markiplier good?
I do watch his stuff. I find him fairly entertaining. He's seems to be a human being, which is rare enough for these people.
The only thing I think I know of Markiplier is he did the dog, the cat, and the cow video where he put his mouth over the top of them and make them talk. That's all I know.
I remember the dog one, but
yeah.
But yeah, he's interesting enough. I mean, he's over the top, but it's his job to be over the top.
Yeah,
he's not insulting and racist, which is nice.
That's a plus. Yeah.
He is an adorable dog. But I judge people by their pets. No, in real life,
how would you judge yourself then with your dog?
What, my stuck-up, arrogant, don't touch me, this is my house dog.
Yeah.
It probably tells you everything you need to know.
Are you saying it's fairly accurate? Would you judge yourself poorly if you saw your dog with another person?
Yeah, well, after she sat on them and said, get out of my house.
Jesus.
Someone hurt themselves recently, and every other dog I've known would at least be like, "Oh, what's going on over there? Do I go over there? I must look." And look, she's like, "Oh, so when's dinner?"
Oh,
she's a cat.
No.
She's secretly a cat.
Man.
Like, she's gonna unzip herself one day, and it's like, "Ha ha! It was Tiddles all along."
You realise that'll also be quite the horror show to see a dog unzip themselves. Like that memory will last a lifetime.
It won't just be a cat; it'll be a cat with thumbs.
No.
Remember that? Remember the cat with hands?
That was a scary video.
That, for anyone who doesn't know, look up Cat with Hands. It's, if you're any interest at all in horror,
And stop animation.
And stop animation. It's one of the most effective pieces of horror I've ever seen in my life. It's good. Real terrifying, to be completely honest. But yeah, yes, TFcon happened this week, which came with the obligatory half-hour, I counted this time, 179 slide panel.
Woof.
I will not do what I do every other year.
No.
Because it's just, you've heard me say it before. But what I will say is plenty of this has been seen before, so I will only stop on stuff that I know is new. Yes. So if there's something in here that is new and I missed it, it's because it looks like something I already know exists. It's
because I feel that we don't need to talk about the stuff we've already talked about.
Yeah. So first up, Banana Force, who are doing the RID Prime, have revealed their RID Great Armor, which is their version of God Magnus or Ultra Magnus. So he comes with the big Fortress Maximus sword. And he is a very, very stylized, very, very chunky monkey.
Yes. These are coloured prototype images where previously we've only seen uncolored ones, right?
Yeah, but this is so stylized and everything else. It's like, it's God Magnus because you're telling me it's God Magnus.
Kind of seems like that, yeah.
I'm not objecting. I actually think it's a decent design, although his hands are ginormous for reasons we'll get into in a second.
Yes.
But it's just like, let's call a spade here. You know. What do you think of the design?
I really find the red shoulders to throw off who he's meant to be going for.
Yes,
because I don't remember him having red shoulders in the show.
I don't believe he did.
No. It's very stylized, and that's going to either be a positive for people who are into the style, or it's going to throw people off who just do not care for it not being as accurate as it possibly could be. I think the over-the-shoulder Gundam cannons, shall we say, because Gundam does that a lot, is kind of neat, and I like its slight bug wings that it has on its back.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's not the style I would go for, but it's interesting. It's different.
Yeah, I think what hurts it is the proportions.
Yeah, and we know why that is.
Yeah, so I think this is a guy who is unfortunately a bit compromised by necessity, because he will be combining with the Optimus to form God Prime. What is it? Omega Prime or God's Convoy or something like that. So we don't actually see a fully combined picture for some reason, but we see it like the parts are coming on.
Yeah, that's weird. It's a weird choice to do that.
It's a very odd choice. And this is, I'm very curious about this because the Omega Prime combination is both one of the best and one of the weirdest in that it really works, but it also super looks like a Megazord.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is Japanese in design, so that
especially
makes
these
sense.
days with the fact that it's basically someone wearing someone else's bigger feet.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was fucking Brave all over, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if I remember right, like there was something about a lot of some Brave designers were working on the original toys for RID, weren't there?
I think so. I think I heard something like that.
So Andy, I mean, would this convince you to buy 2 of these things from Ring Banana Force?
No, I'm afraid not. Again, it looks like, because it's not fully combined, you can only kind of speculate how this might look all together, and it looks interesting, just not for me.
What about the next guy? MPL03 doesn't have a name yet, but it's their take on Diatlas, which is technically the second non-transforming Diatlas figure. The first being the WonderCon exclusive figure, which apparently turns to dust as you look at it.
Oh no, really?
I heard it's not the most stable thing in the world. I've seen reviews and it looked okay, but it's done by CSM. And we both have opinions on that. But yeah, so this is a non-transforming. It's stylized but less crazy, although they've given him the sort of half angel wings.
Yeah.
So he comes with a shield, he comes with a sword, he comes with a Z, with the power of Z. Remember?
Z.
Actually, in Japan, it would have been Z.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Z over there. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen the next time on. Like,
Dragon Ball Z.
next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Beasties. But yeah, I think he looks better than the other two, to be honest. I like the Prime, but He's hitting more my super robot aesthetic. What do you think?
I honestly, when I first saw these pictures, thought it was meant to be a Deathsaurus.
That would be good too.
It's got, at least to me, it seems to hit a lot of the beats and a lot of the colors as well as Deathsaurus. So it did make me go at first like, well, hang on, what am I? Oh, he's holding a Z. It must be him. Never mind. He doesn't look like a good guy robot.
No.
And he's got the weird wings behind. Like he's got his normal wings, and then he's got these blue and silver ones underneath. What's that about?
Well, that's like the ones that when they spread out, it's like, oh god, he's got full feather wings, but they're all split down the middle, like the feathers have burnt away, and it's just the skeletal. Yeah, he doesn't look like a good guy. I mean, think about it. Like, you know who this reminds me of? Nova.
Nova Prime Nova. Yeah, I could see that.
Also, now I just wanted them to redo this guy into Jetsaurus and or Nova. Like, it wouldn't take that much retooling.
It doesn't seem like it.
So, you've ruined it for me, Andy.
Thank you. I'm glad.
It's
not for me. It's I don't think these guys are doing aesthetically stuff that I'm into. At least they haven't hit that yet.
Yeah.
But I'm as ever all for seeing things, even if I don't want to buy it. I'm all for seeing things that are different from the usual.
Yep, they're doing they're putting some work into these things. They're doing their own take on the designs. They're trying to do something original. If they retool this thing into Depsaurus or Nova, I think that's great.
The only thing we need to be concerned of is build quality.
Build quality is, especially with non-transforming action figures, because a lot of their price comes down to their materials.
Yeah.
So that when people complain about non-transforming figures being expensive, I let it go because of engineering and build quality. Mm-hmm. If you want to make me feel like I've paid too much for a figure, you use less than stellar materials on it.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, because you don't have the fallback of, well, the transformation's interesting. Nope, you just got the action figure. Yep. Next up, we have a new company, HB Toys, Half the Battle. First up, they have Jinbo Gravity Builder set. This is new head, knees, arm extensions, waist extensions, and stability parts for the Gravity Builder Combiner, who was one of those Devastator kits that it was quite a stylized version of Devastator, but no one talked about it until the knockoffs happened.
Right.
Like, it kind of really went under the radar. A kind of interesting thing here, the pre-orders are up on Etsy and Mad Props.
Right.
Not exactly your usual suppliers. But the slight problem here, I don't remember enough about what Gravity Builder looked like to comment on how it worked out, but he looks like he's got good hands. I like his hands.
Okay.
Do you like his hands?
Yeah, they look nice, I think. They look like hands.
Yeah. Much more interesting. We have now you're going to have to tell me what this is.
It's a Hiss tank.
It's a Hiss tank. We have a G.I. Joe Hiss tank, including Destro, and I'm going to say it's that poor sucker from the Transformers comic who was like, I know I'm going to die because people like me always die in these things. Remember him?
That's just a Hiss tank drive for Mikey.
I know, but for me, it's that guy.
Okay.
Because that's the best when it comes to non-named members of G.I. Joe, there's only one that matters to me. And it's that poor, very, very self-aware sucker who at the end of it is like, I lived! Just like, by the way, Devil's Due Transformers vs. G.I. Joe is absolutely the best crossover.
Yeah.
For Transformers vs. G.I. Joe.
Not each series. They kind of go up and down in terms of quality.
I think the middle one is the best.
I like the first one the best myself, but the middle one wasn't too bad.
No, the last one, it's up or down. I like a lot. So I like the stuff with Optimus and Bumblebee in it, and like the thing about Optimus being really overly protective of people now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think it was the first time Rewind and Eject did anything.
Probably.
So yeah, little did we know.
Yes,
that Eject never would matter. But this Hiss tank has a secret. He transforms into Soundwave. An MP-size Soundwave. I'm super into this.
It's interesting. I want to see how it works. I want to see if it's gonna have if it's gonna go cheap. And when I say that, I mean are the treads gonna be one solid piece that don't move, or will they move? You know, I think that's quite important to see how that works. I want to see just how it transforms as well.
Yeah.
It's been something that people have been saying. I want to guess for a long time that, hey, why haven't you done any kind of G.I. Joe transforming toys that cross over? Especially they've said this to Hasbro.
Well, we've got the Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, but like
Now.
Yeah, it's taken a long time, and it took a long time to get one that wasn't poo. As well, if you remember, the first one was not great.
We all wanted it, though. I remember that. We all wanted it because we were all just like, oh, we want it on principle.
Do you remember in, like, I'm guessing, like, 2008, 2009-ish time when we were getting all the Star Wars Marvel crossover toys, and we were like, why don't you do G.I. Joe, Hasbro? It makes the most sense.
Because we want a Millennium Falcon to be Chewbacca and Han Solo.
And none of them were good. Like, no one remembers those toys fondly, unless you grew up with them. That's the only thing I can imagine.
I will genuinely say, the Venom and the Hulk were actually decent.
Okay.
And I will only say that.
Yeah, it's not a ringing endorsement, really. We'll see. That's what I'd say for this. We'll see.
Next up, we have, depending on how you want to pronounce it, Nunef or Nonef. They have kits for Siege, Red Alert, and Sideswipe. I believe it's Siege. Yeah, it's Siege. So these are articulated cannons, removable missiles, rifle, a choice of cannon color, blast effect compatible, and this is the best part, $7 price available now.
Woo! Have we talked about these? I feel we've talked about these. Things that are similar.
Well, we talked about plenty of things that are similar over the years. But I'm just going to say $7.
Yeah, that's a good price.
That's a great price.
It's what you should expect to pay for a gun and a shoulder cannon.
Like, I think that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad we have to get this excited over that. But also coming in August is going to be a set of null rays for the Starscream mold, which will also have a blast effect compatibility. And again, $7 will come in a variety of colors for your Starscreams, your Skywarps, your Thundercrackers, your Acid Rainers, your Red Wingers, everything in between, your Sunstorms.
Which aren't out yet, but will probably come.
Acid Storms.
Yeah.
They're getting ahead of the game. They're covering as much as they can.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. Again, $7, very reasonable price. Well done to someone finally using their head.
I'm not sure how well these guns blend in with the aesthetic of the toy, though.
I think it's just the paint.
You think so? You might be right.
But there is something here that is better than all of these things, Andy.
Yes.
Because we have, for again, very reasonable $10, late August. We have G2 Sideswipe. Upgrade kit for the upcoming Sideswipe repaint. So this is 2 shoulder wheels, 2 rifles, sword and mount, and a bandolier. So he has his backsword, he has the guns that are just bits of engine made into guns. He has his bandolier, he has his tires that never did anything but are covered in spikes. Pretty good. The only thing he's missing is a new head.
Yes, yeah, angrier head.
Yeah, like weird angular head that looks like it should have speech bubbles that just don't look right and have lots of triangles down the side.
It's a shame that this figure isn't sold separately from the 2-pack.
Yeah, it's a figure. This is an inflated price toy.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me, at least for my interest, it reminds me of the Classics 2-pack of Ultra Magnus and Skywarp.
Yeah, where everyone wanted one of them.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, then I would say those are 2 characters that people, we didn't quite know the market as like we do now.
Yes.
Now you would sell a G2 colored Sideswipe.
I'm pretty sure you could.
Like, you could even sell them to IDW people because of that one issue where he's this color randomly for some reason.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So I think this toy didn't need a backup set. So yeah. Anyway, not much else to say there, but again, big thumbs up to you guys for the pricing. I think that's very reasonable, and
definitely,
yeah, you're doing good stuff there, guys. Next up, we have New Age. McCoy and Miller we've seen before, and again, I'm just saying they've got the wrong names. But we also see their accessory parts this time, which is they come with multiple hands, which I didn't know.
That's neat.
And Miller will come with an extra head, presumably for expressiveness, but also colors. One which is white with a dark grey crest, and one with red and a white crest. But yeah, what's new here is Riddick, who is the black-colored. Yes, unfortunately, that did work on me, Andy. Calling it Riddick.
Yeah.
Also, like, if there's... So he comes with multiple hands, he comes with extra gun parts and everything else, and his name is Riddick, so I automatically want him.
Oh no, Mikey.
I'll see how much he costs, but, like, it happens rare enough, Andy.
It's true.
Like, where is my full line of Riddick figures? Where is my lovely space jackal?
You keep what you kill, Mikey.
Well, I want to kill the person who's not making these things and keep them until someone gets me those toys. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a huge fan of the Riddick movies. Andy will attest to because he has no taste.
It's true.
But Chris is on my side.
Yeah, you want him on your side, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I got back up in this. I'm not alone.
Paragon of the Transformers community, Chris Evangelist Ho.
Yeah, he's apparently some guy from YouTube.
That's right.
Some
guy. How big are these figures? Are these legend scale?
Yeah, these are legend scale.
Okay.
But I'll see how much they cost. I won't commit to anything. Because years ago I said I wanted G2 Cyberfight Masterpiece, and I've never... When I said it was when my finances took a severe dive.
Yeah, it wasn't really your fault. It's like, oh, here's the toy you want. Oh, you've got no money. I guess you're not a real fan then, are you?
Yeah, so if I make it to TFN this year and there is one, I will punch anyone who buys it before me. Woo! And take it off you for free.
See, my only thing is I'd like him to have had a different head. Otherwise, I'm actually pretty into it because I think the colours that they've chosen for it and the colour placement are really good.
You know what's really nice? The yellow stripe.
Yes, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That's very 80s, that kind of black with the yellow stripe and then red in it as well. I would have liked a different head sculpt just to give it a different feel, a different character.
Goggles.
Or you just remove the head and you change out the window screen from the vehicle mode, so you have that as a face.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like something dumb like that, I would have been in for. But it's not like a massive deal. It's just would have added a little bit of something to it.
Yeah, but I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, definitely.
They've also announced a bunch of accessory parts for your displays, which I think are super neat. So we have Teletran 1 and a repair bed. And then we have a Decepticon chair. I'm trying to... Throne, that's the word. Yeah. And we also have the plinth where Abraham Lincoln once sat.
I think it would have been nice to have a little Abraham Lincoln as well.
And we have a desk with little chairs.
I like that.
I really like these.
Yeah.
I think these are really, really neat.
They are legend scale, though.
They are legend scale.
At least they're legend scale.
But like you can have a thing where it's just like, oh, you're sitting down. Oh, I'm at the desk. What's this chair in front of it? And then it turns out it's K-On.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just like, oh my god, it was a trap. Like, there's plenty of things you can do with these.
I'm wondering how well these work with Soto figures, because I wouldn't mind putting like a Dan in the chair, in the Abraham Lincoln chair. You know, in Game of God mode. That'd be quite interesting seeing what that's like.
Dan Caruto president.
That's right.
Oh, there. We've also got further images of the Iron Factory DJD. The only thing of note here is that we saw in the pictures are taking a second to load. We saw in the case the physical prototype, the physical painted prototype of the combiner.
Yes.
And it looks good. It looks like a multicolored Tarn, but it looks good.
I still hear a lot of people say that they have issues with the Tarn figure, like the shoulders explode or something, which isn't great. Even Young Tricky, I was talking to last night, said that his shoulder exploded as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which isn't great.
There's repair work needed, but...
Yeah.
Well. Moving on to Planet X, we have Mars and... Vijovs? V'ger, Mars and V'ger. We have War for Cybertron, or IDW, depending on your point of view, Ironhide, and he's going to be repainted and retooled into Ratchet. These look super good.
I mean, we've seen them before. It's just first time, like, coloured finished versions. What gun does Ironhide come with? I can't remember.
Ironhide's coming with the Shockwave one.
Yeah, I can't remember what the gun's called.
Oh, I don't remember.
All right, calm down.
Don't fucking remember.
I don't fucking
Andy.
care, Andy. It's just a
God's
fucking
sake.
gun. You
I'm just
goddamn nerd.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Probably like a launcher or a thrower or something like that. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm surprised that there's some weird bits of, like, the chests are completely different than them. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
I never realized that before, but
I didn't realize it until he mentioned it, and I flicked back and went, oh, there you go.
But yeah, they look super good, and they showed them next to the other War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron figures, and they look all happy together.
I think my only problem is that, at least for me, the least exciting characters to do from War for Cybertron.
I mean,
But that's
yes.
because I'm a Deceptor whore, so...
Yes. Next up, we have Civil Warrior, who have revealed, I think this is their debut figure, which is a Dreamwave Orion Pax War Within figure, but... Unlike the last time someone did this, this is a stylized version with improved proportions and a lot less monoboob.
I want to say we've seen at least the prototype image before, like a long time ago.
I think we have a good long time ago.
I don't think it was Civil Warrior they were branded under, though, at that point.
And we definitely haven't seen the coloured version.
No, that's true. Where you
the
can't
figure will
actually
be-
see his face because the boob's in the way.
Yes, the figure is called General Grant. General Grant. Grant! Grant! You have to say it like that.
All right.
Because I only recognise one Grant, not your historical military leaders of dubious morality.
Is it Mitchell from EastEnders?
You go to hell and you die. This is definitely what? This is completely new to me. Trans Project X have revealed what looks to be a stylized Beast Wars Optimus Primal. It's not, like, it seems very similar to the, I can't remember the company now, but it was the one from the Beast Gundam design book that there was a bit of controversy about. The Beast mode, from what we see in the line art, it does seem to have some similarities, but it is not the same design, and the robot mode has quite a few liberties taken.
Okay.
But I should say this is literally just like they're being scanned from space line art bit. So we have very little information. We know it's coming out in 2020. It's going to be 25 centimeters tall, and it's the symbol is an angry grod.
Yeah.
Fans Toys, meanwhile, they've got Acoustic Wave, who I believe we've seen before, but we also see his cassettes, and these are new because I think I'd remember that Ravage. So they're fairly cartoon accurate, although Ravage looks like he's not being modeled after the normal cells. He looks like he's from an episode where they had someone who wasn't on a normal team, especially in the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see that Soundwave is going to be like he's the first Soundwave who, since the original, really, who is a micro cassette player and not a radio.
Yeah.
So that is something good, and he's got really cartoon proportions, and they're also hinting at Blaster coming up. We also have their Blitz Wing, who we've seen before. And waiting for pictures to load. And I believe so. Apparently, this is So I was going to say this is Sea Spray, and we've seen him before. We haven't.
No, this is a new Sea Spray.
This is Spindrift 2.0.
Yeah. So for some reason they were like, you know what? We've done one. We're gonna do another Sea Spray.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Fans Toys, do you want Sea Spray? Do you have enough Sea Spray in your life? Yes? Well, here's more.
No.
So yeah, he's weird in that he looks less show accurate than the last one.
Does he? I don't know.
Because he's all lanky for a Sea Spray.
I think he looks all right.
He's not tubby
Cartoonish.
enough. He's not fat enough.
Eh,
He doesn't look shameful enough.
okay.
He doesn't have that look of someone who knows like his utter worthlessness, and the only girlfriend he got was really only with him so she could turn into a gondola. That happened.
Yeah, that's really bleak, isn't it?
That was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she was with him primarily to become a gondola, though.
yeah, but she didn't stay with him, did she?
No, that's the thing.
And like, when you get turned into a human being, and you're just like, oh my god, and you still have that fucking voice.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was just like, you know what I'd identify with her? Turned into a gondola and left.
To be fair, though, he didn't turn into a tree, so that was a plus.
Still sucks. And we've also got evidence that a Cliff Jumper is on the way, which I am more interested in, because poor old Cliff Jumper, he don't get the rep.
I feel he does, because I feel whenever a Bumblebee comes out, they
but that's it. Whenever a Bumblebee comes out, we never get a proper cliff jumper. It's always just like, hey, Bumblebee, be red.
Yeah, I guess.
Next up, Jing, Beast Wars, Transmittal 2 Megatron. We have seen this guy before, but we do get a bit more of a look at his accessory count. So he's going to have 5 different faces, not all of which are 100% show accurate.
Yes, yeah, like the last one, the happy face is a weird one.
Yeah, the bottom 2, I'd say, have this very anime vibe that like don't quite go like, hey, limited TV budget from the 90s.
I do like how the first one and the fourth one are just like, he's angry, he's angrier. If you actually go like face 3, face 1, and then face 4, it's like a progression of anger.
We also get to see that he will come with blast effects for both fire and ice, and he has a light up feature in his mouth, which I don't think we've seen before.
I don't think so.
But yeah, anything you want to say about this guy?
I think Jobby's going to get really sticky and awkward while talking about this figure when he gets it in the future,
as opposed to how he usually is.
Well, maybe. I think he's going to have fun with it. Because I would be surprised if he didn't get this.
Yes, me too. Next up, Fans Hobby. We've seen their version of... we've seen Lightning Eagle before. Their version of Thunder... Clash, thank you.
You were so close.
But what we hadn't seen before is Athena, which is MB12's version of Minerva. Because you can call her Minerva. Minerva's a god name. It's not licensed. I suppose it's licensed for Transformers. But this is, of course, the headmaster character from Master Force. She is going to turn into a car she did not turn into in the toy. Because the toy is, of course, Nightbeat's toy. And this is more like... What was the name of your one from Thunderbirds? With the driver?
Puppets.
Yeah. They were puppets, Andy, yes. But
I don't remember anything else about Thunderbirds apart from they were gross puppets.
She had Parker for the driver.
Oh, Penelope.
Penelope, thank you.
Yeah.
Lady Penelope. Yeah, this is like her car.
Is it?
Except,
okay.
No, it's not, but it looks like she should be driving it.
Oh.
But yes.
See, to me, it looks more like the car from Wacky Races that the last drove. I can't remember her name either. Was it Penelope Pitstop?
Yes.
Jesus,
a lot of Penelopes in this.
That? Yeah.
Why are they all Penelope?
I don't know.
She'll have a flip-up roof hood and also flip-down row boobs because she does have sculpted row boobs, and behind those you will have stats. And it looks like she might have a headmaster.
I mean, you'd hope so.
But yeah, honestly, the robot mode on this I think looks pretty damn good.
How tall is it meant to be? Deluxe.
165 millimeters. So she'll be
millimeters. What are we doing with our lives?
I don't know. I'm a scientist. I always use millimeters.
You're a bad boy. We need inches, Mikey.
I've got enough inches for anyone. Thank you very much.
Oh, ladies,
some men, occasional trees.
Okay, yeah, all right.
They have holes in the trees sometimes, Andy.
That's true. I only thought dead bodies went in there, according to Akito.
Well, there's extra room behind the dead bodies.
Obviously.
Oh,
okay. That makes more sense.
God. Why are you criticizing children's television, Andy, like this?
I'm just pigeonholing it.
But yeah, so I think she looks pretty solid. She's due 2020. What do you think?
Yeah, a while away. Well, not super long time, but feels like a while away. I'm pretty interested because, we never got a Minerva figure to go with the headmasters. Granted, we didn't get any of the headmaster juniors, but never mind. It looks like a good solid figure, decent representation, and hopefully Mikey will get a repaint into a detective.
That would be lovely.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes, but not a male detective.
No.
We need Japanese detective Nightbeat, and she needs to have a coat.
Yes.
And if she doesn't have it, I'll buy one. This also made me think, like, if it was a few years ago and that had happened, I probably would have bought that Minerva action figure. The one that was repainted into Nightbeat colors.
Oh, yeah, the one from a while ago. Was it Chogokin that did it?
No, I think it might have been CM Core.
Oh, you're probably right. I can't remember too well.
Because I remember there was a lot of weird things about her articulation. But because I would just I'd have gotten that, and I'd have gotten her a coat. and a little hat. But yeah, they also revealed repaints of their God Bomber, who we've seen before, into sort of Nemesis colors, because they've got a Nemesis version. And also revealed that the figure will come with a new sculpted head for their Optimus, their Power Master Optimus, and little action figures of tiny peoples who will ride in his chest. Did they do that in the show when he combined? I don't remember.
What the kids ride in his chest? Yeah.
No, I knew they did that when it was driving it as just God Bomber, but did they do it when he combined into God Jinrai?
In the intro.
I haven't seen the intro in I don't know how long.
They do that in the intro, and that's about it. I don't think I think most of the time when they combined, it was like, get the fuck out, me kids. You've got to go and save people.
They've also revealed MB-15, which I'm assuming this transforms, but it's a somewhat stylized Armada Optimus.
Yes.
So it's very, 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 very early days in the prototype, but he looks fairly poseable. But we don't see. I'm saying he transforms because he has a butt flap, and you don't have that if you're not transforming figure. He's
also got a big old cut in his groin, so I think it's easy to assume that he's going to combine with his trailer, which exists somewhere in the mind of someone. He will likely be a pair of arms. I want to say this was probably the Prime that we talked about a while ago from Fans Hobby, but this is the first time we've actually seen him in production. I still want to see that official one. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Because that's a weird toy, and I don't know how it's going to be released. Yeah. Unless it's a masterpiece, unless it's the next one after Lio Convoy or something. It might be. Transbot X, they are nothing magnificently new, but they've got a repaint of their drag strip into G2 colors. He's pretty. I do like that color scheme. I like think him. His void of when he does his ab crunch and he's just been cut in half looks a bit weird still, but yep. But that's just something I hate anyway. But I like him more than regular drag strip. I like them both, but yeah, there is something a bit more spiffy about a black car with the yellow highlights. Yeah, although their breakdown looks weird. What? The head, something's off with the head sculpt on that breakdown. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Professor Heisenberg, Tyrant's Blade, we've seen before, I believe. Mastermind Creations did have one or two new things there. Some of these were on display actually, so I'm not actually sure if they're in the slides because it is taking a while. We just have lots of pictures of Stray, the Deadpool Stray, that make him look like he's doing a jig. Yes. So yeah, some of these aren't in the slides as far as I can tell, but first up we have a Guzzle, an IDW style Guzzle, who will he looks pretty on model, and he breaks into two so that he can be ripped apart by Overlord. Hooray. I think this is only the second time we've had a third party Guzzle, right? No, we've had Iron Fist. I don't think we've actually had Guzzle. I'm pretty sure we had Guzzle, but a long time ago. Might be a long time ago. And we also have Brawn out of the same mold. Kind of works. Yeah, kind of works. Yeah, they're not on here, but they reveal that their pet, the Dominus Ambus figure, he's being retooled into a Ravage. Say it's not quite 100% what you'd want from a Ravage is something of an understatement. Because it has completely the wrong proportions. Yeah, this is a Beast Wars Ravage, isn't it? Yeah, and it's supposed to be our Ravage, like IDW Ravage, but it's not. No. It doesn't look right in any way, and then he transforms and he's just like, I should not be. But he comes with extra heads for Tyrantron, which are representing so he comes with extra heads that represent minor Megatron with the weird hair piece. Oh, okay. That unfolds. Huh. Yeah. And the other thing, which is I am amazed it's not on here, which is the new figure from Reformatted, which is Ratbat, a completely new mold Senator Ratbat, which looks aces. Have you seen it? I have. It looked neat. I don't have much affection for the Senator Ratbat as an idea or a concept, but it looked like a fairly decent representation of it. I was like, oh yeah, I know there are some people that love the Senator, so. This should be the figure you go for, really. I really like the vehicle mode. Yeah, it did. When I only kind of briefly looked at it, to me it looked like the Drift Deadpool vehicle mode, but it looks similar, but it's not.
No, a lot of other people were saying they thought this was Nautica at first glance and then got really mad.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
But no, it's sort of a space hover thing. For want of a better term. That's a technical term for you guys.
It's a good
hover
one.
Thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also have their Ocular Max, which is the cassettes, which is, I think it's the first time we've seen all of these guys together.
I think
which
so.
Is Motus, Tempo, Pitch, Forte, or otherwise known as Steeljaw, Ram Horn, Eject, and Rewind in very G1 colors and molding. And they look good.
CG renders, so it's really hard to say if they look like they might be good.
They look like they might be crazy posable if they work out this way.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We do have the cage. The cage where Hound can pretend he had a plan this whole time and wasn't a massive fuck up.
You'll notice that it doesn't come with a key because the Masterpiece Hound already has a key for it.
Oh my god!
That's right.
So yeah, this is a cage you can stick your Ravages in, whether it's your Masterpiece, your third party. There's enough Ravages at the moment.
Well, you don't need to just put Ravage in there. You can put Chip in there as well.
Yeah, lock Chip in there with Ravage.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Who will win? Chip or Ravage in a cage match?
Yeah, and our last slides are... So these are the Combaticons. We have seen these at every TFcon, I think, for the last 4. But I think this is the first time we've seen the actual physical figures. I think.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We have talked about these a lot, though, I feel.
Yes, so we're not talking about them. I just want to point out that I think these are new pictures.
I did see it on display with most of its things, and it did look very good.
Yes, they look very solid.
Yeah, very, again, cartoon accurate, so if that's what you're going for, these are the figures you go for, I suppose.
And let's be honest, we all would like another Swindle in our lives.
It wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be an awful thing.
Yeah. And that's TFCon. That was this year's third-party panel. What do you think, Andy?
Fine. I mean, it is kind of on the tail end of another 2 TFCon panels, or at the very least 1, so... Not a huge amount to really talk about, which is maybe a good thing, but also disappointing because it's always nice to see more things.
Yep. We've only got 2 more stories, so I'll wrap them up while we're here. TF Nation has announced their last guest. I believe it's their last guest, which is Brian Ruckley, the current writer for the IDW comics. So this is his first time at a Transformers convention. I believe he's done other ones before, but this is his first TF one. And yeah, welcome him. Buy him drinks. He's Scottish. He'll probably drink you under the table. But yeah, so he's going to be there between the 16th and the 18th of August with all the other guests. I'm not going through them again for the 15 billionth time. But we do have a full schedule now. So this is now a 3-day event, of course, so make the time for it. And it opens Friday at 10, Friday 16th of August at 10. You'll have registration at 12. Meet the team, meet the hosts, meet everyone who's going to give you a rundown. At 1 o'clock, you'll have Reanimated joining Marty Eisenberg for an introduction to the 3-part episode that started it all, which was not Transwarped. What was the name of that first episode?
Oh, of Animated.
Yeah. Because I watched it recently.
Well, then you've got less excuse than I do. I haven't seen it.
I don't read the credits.
I don't read things. At 2 o'clock, we have Visionaries, a night of magical light, make their presence known at TFN behind the scenes with them from the Mapes brothers of all things. So they are like big collectors of everything 80s, really. So I'm very curious about this. I'm wondering, add a few things about it, but just because are they gonna like roll Magdalene Visaggio out all of a sudden? Just we shipped her over. She's still unconscious. Because she's just I don't want to be here. At 3 o'clock, we've got Stop Go. Enter a world of stop motion Transformers with Joe Powell. That sounds interesting. At 4 o'clock, Future Tense. JPB, Simon Furman, and Jim Sorensen tease their future projects. Now I know Simon has at least one comic book coming, 1984. Jim and John, however, I'm not so sure. At 6:30, evening entertainment will start off. At 7, you'll have the Matrix test, where Chris McFeely, I'm not reading it out. I've met the man. He is but a human being to me. Will be, and also it always comes down to him asking me stupid questions at the bloody end of the year, and just for God's sake, Chris, just
stop putting me under pressure and give me the fucking prize.
He doesn't want you to win, though, Mikey.
No, he doesn't, but it keeps happening. So he can fucking deal with it. I think I've been on the winning team for the quiz more than almost anyone else.
Is it really the team that's winging in Mikey?
Well, no, because like the last time we lost because someone walked away while I was going like, the fucking answer is this. Why are you writing it down? And they didn't write it down, and we ended up in a draw, which turned into the weirdest stalemate as I was trying to remember the name of the Energon spaceship and remember it began with an M.
Oh god!
And then I was just like, but it's I think I actually said, but it's Energon. I don't care.
I have more to live for than this.
But yeah, there'll be a quiz on there at 8:00. Transformers Oddities, a unique insight into Transformers projects that never were. So this could be good. Jim is like a resource and stuff like this, so take advantage of him. And then at 9:00 we have a movie, which going by the build up, I'm guessing is the Bumblebee movie, but for some reason,
The Thing.
Maybe could be The Thing. Mm-hmm. Like, that would be a weird lead-in.
It would be great if it was in the Mouth of Madness.
I would watch that. I would watch the hell out of that.
I love that fucking movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Underrated
too.
Oh, very much.
Underrated too.
Very much so. On Saturday, we have registration and merch at 8:30. Opening ceremony at 9. Usually a blast. Terrible music choice. 10:00, doors open to the weekend ticket holders. At 10:30, you'll have general entry. At 11, Infiltration, the first part of the IDW retrospective, which is looking at the sort of pre-Phase 2 books with Simon Furman, EJ Sue, Nick Roche, and Chris Carter. At 12, Greg Berger will be giving his panel. Always fun. At 1:00, Boulder Future, behind-the-scenes talk with the creators of Cyberverse. I think that'll be really, really interesting. Mm-hmm. 2:00, Marty Eisenberg sits down to basically talk about how he basically is animation. Wow. Certainly action animation over the last couple of decades. Try and think of a popular show and that didn't involve him.
Go.
That probably had him in there somewhere. But at 3:00, Brian Drummond, Jetstorm, Vegeta. Let's be honest, we don't care about Jetstorm. He is there and he will be giving his panel. At the same time, we will have the Transformers UK open door. So David Shorter discusses a Facebook community which supports people through times of mental health. That could be interesting. I didn't know this existed, so maybe worth checking out beforehand. 4:00, the panel room is closing. Registration closes. At 6:00, Club Con for the evening events on Saturday kicks off. 6:20, you'll have the cosplay panel, which is always fun. At 7:00, you'll have the part 1 of the series for season 4 opener script reading. So this is going to go in bursts. So you'll have from 7 to 7:30, and then you'll have a break. And then from 20 to 8 to 8:00, next part. And then you'll have a quick break, which is an elimination quiz. And then at 8:30, the final part. And then this is one I didn't see coming. At 9:15, the Improv Accountants, a night of comedy improvisation with Peter Spellos and friends. Not to be missed. Isn't that just Baz?
And Dave.
Baz and Dave. Mm-hmm. Doing improv. I'd almost want to see that. I don't like improv comedy, I'll be completely honest.
It needs to be done with the right kind of people, I think.
Yeah, I hope they are good. I'm sure Peter is fantastic.
Sure.
I've just never seen Baz tell a joke that didn't involve him flashing people.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So on Saturday, the day starts because for some reason there's a typo here. Sunday doesn't exist. So doors open at 10. At halftime, you'll have your introduction. 11:00, Escalation, part 2 of the IDW retrospective with James and Nick. 12, Animated retrospective, where Marty will talk about Transformers Animated. Basically, Marty's not allowed to leave.
No peace.
Marty basically just tied to the stage. At the same time, we're going to have voice over and out. Greg, Brian, and Peter discuss the business of being voice actors. At 1:00, something you haven't seen before. Trader Paul Hitchens gives you a rare look through Space Bridge's archives. I don't know what that is.
No, it could be interesting, maybe.
Cosplay panel, I believe that's Izza, who will introduce you to the wonderful world of cosplay. 2 o'clock, Seeds of the Future, the story of Beast Wars with Marty Eisenberg and Jim Sorensen. At 3 o'clock, Regeneration, IDW Retrospective, Part 3 with Brian Ruckley and Andrew Griffiths, which will be interesting. 4 o'clock, Peter Spello's Skybite. That's him. Sit down. Peter is always fantastic, so enjoy it. At 4 o'clock, everything is closing up, including the Gundam Wing. For those of you who don't know, there is going to be kind of a sort of Gundam display section this year. Yes. Which will have model kits and everything else. You will be able to buy Gundam model kits and other related sort of Gunpla, Mini-Pla kind of stuff. And there'll be some panels and stuff going on and some introductions to how to build a Gundam model kit and how to paint one up. And you will be able to get like a free figure through that. So that's really good. And I thought this week, Andy, and it's not in the list of things.
Yeah.
Flame Toys are going to be there.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Flame Toys are going to be there to talk to you and bring product.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
so you're going to have to go, really, Mikey.
Just me pressed against like the glass or their faces.
Let me tell you what gets to do.
I love you. Let me smell your breath.
Oh, God. Here he come.
Yeah. At 5 o'clock, we'll have the TFN roundtable. So TF Nation will take your questions, which I'm just going to say, my question will be, Billy, why are you wearing a striped shirt? Or Billy, why aren't you wearing a striped shirt? Depending on the situation.
Billy, why don't you love Moonbase 2?
Billy, why don't you ever come to our ball games? And the whole thing will wrap up at 5:30. So it is jam-packed, especially if you're Marty Eisenberg.
Oh, yeah, jeez. He's going to be run off his feet. Is he going to have time for signing? I don't know.
He's just going to be like, please, I just want to sleep. No, Marty, you must do so much more.
Back to the dilithium mines of Ruhrapenthe.
See, I just got an image of the Voyager episode with all the doctors in the mines.
Oh,
Except
God,
it's just like a herd of Marty Eisenbergs. And they're mining scripts.
And stories, yes, yeah. Totally. I can see that.
So yeah, that was TFN. And that is the news for the week, Andy.
Ah, cool, good stuff. Would you do the Gundam stuff, Mikey?
Oh God,
yes. Still early into model making.
It's a non-Transformers model kit thing, and it's a robot thing, and it's something there that's not Transformers related, which means I can do something else. So yes, definitely. Love Transformers, but it's not my life.
No, same. It's we have many likes, as we're going to talk about now, I suppose, ain't we, Mikey? What did you get up to this week? What do you do for fun, Mikey? Huh?
Well, good news. Geo hasn't been subbed yet.
Why do you say good news? Is that so you don't have to watch it? Okay. No one's put a gun to your head, Mikey.
No, but I'm there now. I'm within like between 5 and 6 episodes of the finish.
Are you just dragging yourself over with bloody hands and
nails?
I
want to know because I
legs?
actually kind of want to do a show on this afterwards because we didn't do one for Build. Because I liked Build, but I was not passionate enough one way or the other to go on. But like me going like, I think Build has one of the best villains and some really good protagonist actors and characters. And then just going like, yeah, it's a good show.
Yes.
I'm not the guy to go into in-depth and go and be there either with people who love it or hate it. But
it wasn't X8 for us, that's for sure.
Yo, no, X8, we'd still be doing shows on X8 if we could get away with it.
Boy.
But I think Geo, whether you love it or hate it, genuinely has a lot to unpack for discussion. About what worked, what doesn't, some of the risks they took, and some of the risks they should have taken.
Are you going to find someone to rope in and join you?
I can think of a few.
Because I can't join you since I haven't seen any of it.
No, and you probably won't be. But
you put me off it, yeah. You put me off completely watching it by going, no.
Yeah. But the 01 stuff was revealed this week. Did you see that?
Is that the new show?
Yeah,
I saw the
01, by the way, the pun on Reiwa in Japanese.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when it's read in it, like Reiwa something, but that basically kind of like, oh, I see what you're doing. Which is basically kind of like, hey, we're doing the back to basics show in terms of visuals, at least.
Yeah, I really like the slick look of the suit.
I like it yellow.
Is it yellow? The yellow one. Because no, I thought it was like lime green they were using, wasn't it?
01's yellow.
Is he? Oh, I need to have a look again because in my mind I was like, oh, he's lime green. But you're right here.
I need the grasshopper. So, like this is all animal themed again, which I've got no complaints about. But it's like, I don't know, like you can't say anything about the quality of the show, but the aesthetics look pretty neat. The toys look interesting, and they have at least 5 riders. And to be honest, any of the shows that started with that many riders have usually turned out pretty good.
Do we know, or do you rather know who's
I don't
doing
know.
it?
We don't know the creative team yet, and we could be disappointed.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Gio's creative team very much hit the level I kind of expected them to hit.
They were much more of the older
great.
writers.
They were much more.
styles.
Well, they were much more of the I'm not good at this.
It's what I said.
Yeah. So yeah, but 0-1. I'm interested in anyway with the visuals and stuff. So I didn't watch that. I'm done with Nier. I have handed Nier. I haven't handed it in anywhere, but I genuinely do not think I will ever pick this game up again.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't need to. It's a full experience. It's like Steins Gate. Like, I will probably never play Steins. I'll watch it again, but I'll probably never play Steins Gate again. And that's kind of a lie because I will get Elite and play that. But that's for the extra experience they've added in.
I could see you going back to it, but it would be like, for me, with Final Fantasy VII, it would have to be a long time before you kind of play it again.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. It's just,
no, it's just, it's a complete experience.
Yeah.
It's not going there like, oh, replay me. It's just like, it's a game that says you reached the end. You've reached the end. This is not, there is no game after the end. It's done. Go home. And it very pointedly says that to you. A very like, I've never cried during credits before that didn't have a visual on screen that was people doing something.
Oh boy.
Like, I got genuinely emotional doing nothing, really.
Yeah.
Like, in something with no, when you realize what's going on, and it's just like, there's no cost to you playing that through that as you're going across. Like, there's no chance this isn't going to happen. But it's still viciously emotional.
Yes.
And the
choice
choice
of
you
the
get,
game.
Yes. And the choice you get at the end, I think, is beautiful. I think it is absolutely simple and stunning. And Nier Automata is a beautiful and wonderful experience.
You're welcome.
No, fuck you.
I told you to play this game years ago when you couldn't.
I know, but I didn't have any way to play it.
That's right.
Now I do. And it's worth it. It's if you've got a PC or if you got a PS4, you owe it to yourself to play this game.
Yes.
And if you come back to me and said I didn't feel anything, then you're dead inside. But what I have started playing now is Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Oh, neat. Okay.
So this is it's running chronologically alongside Valkyria Chronicles 1.
Yes, because I heard like 2 and 3 was shit.
2 and
basically.
3, from what I understand, were done by a different team, I think.
Yeah, and for the PSP or PS Vita?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Handheld.
Valkyria Chronicles 4 is the original team. There's a lot of callbacks to the first game. And there's DLC where you can recruit the original characters from Squad 7.
Oh, neat.
But I haven't gotten it yet, but I watched one of the cutscenes, and it was kind of jarring because Rosie's the redhead girl in it. She's really racist in the cutscene, and this was because I thought it was just like, oh, we're doing the thing, we're a non-canonical meeting and anything else. But apparently this is in canon because this is all running alongside the first game. So while this is going on in one part of the war, Squad 7 is off in the other part of the war doing their thing. So you're just like, oh yeah, Rosie was super racist at first.
Yeah, she didn't like
the
what were they called? The Daskals? Is that what they were called?
Darkens.
Is that okay?
Darksons. Sorry.
Yeah.
So she was the poor old Asara.
Yep.
She said mean things to Asara.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have said mean things to Asara.
She learned.
Asara was a good girl.
She was.
Fuck that game.
She drove you fucking tank. She was a good girl.
She was a very good girl. But yeah, I've only just started it, so I've done 2 story matches. They've already set up some character stuff. I'm enjoying it. I will say, gameplay-wise, it is exactly the same.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It seemed like they were going back to basics in terms of gameplay.
They're very, like, the visual style, like, it doesn't look like the graphics are particularly updated in comparison to the first game.
Yeah.
But that feels like a creative decision, not a limitation.
Right.
And the gameplay is the same. There's a couple of new classes in there, like Grenadier is a fun one. Because it basically gives you, like, this like, turret that can do serious damage to anything in range, but it's also, like, it's super slow in firing, which means it's really vulnerable to attack.
Right.
And it's useless up close. Absolutely useless. Like, if someone gets up in your face, like, you're dead.
Can you not just throw a bomb at them?
No, because you're just like, you've planted the thing in the ground and just like, nope, I'm not letting go of this. But it's doing that thing where I'm already starting to get attached to squad members.
Oh, you're picking out your waifus. Are you going to have a team of Goyles?
Goyle, I've got to admit, I think the problem at the moment is that all the lad characters are kind of assholes.
Yeah.
Of
course they are.
You've got a couple of mercenaries. You got a guy who thinks he's a Lothario and isn't. But then, like, one of the girl characters is just this complete dickhead, and I kind of love it. Like every time, because she's also like her one of her potential abilities is racist. So if she passes on a Darkson, she like loses half her attack. And as she's going by, she says, "Well, I'm not. I'm not racist, but." she literally says, "I'm not racist, but."
Oh man, that's right, because it had bonus abilities and some of them were negatives as well. So you have to be careful what you do.
Like one character is like pining for his wife, so if he's near a woman, he gets really uncomfortable. And
that's worrying.
You've also got a mother who's like had a really bad experience with her husband, so she's with a man, she just loses her cool completely. So actually, she becomes a bit more dangerous because she's just like, "I'll kill everyone." And then you got things like, "Oh, this character's a pacifist, so they really shouldn't be in the war, so their aim's not as good as it would be."
Yeah,
and things like that. So it's really interesting. Apparently, Edie from the first game is back in DLC as well, which shocked me.
Which one was Edie?
Edie was this side character she was just one of the normal troops. And she ended up being popular in Japan, so they gave her DLC.
Oh,
and then
was she the chick with the grey hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
She's back again. Also, there's DLC, so you can bring in Silvaria.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But
sounds
like, apparently,
OP.
Yeah, they say she's not non-canon inclusion because obviously Silvaria's not joining your team in canon. But it did seem like, hello, Silvaria, why are you here? But yeah, I haven't gotten any DLC yet. But it's good. If you like Valkyria Chronicles, I think you'll like this. It's not innovative in this terms, but it's already a very, very solid gameplay system. Apart from that, I watched some TV. I have been checking out some of the new animes, trying to get a feel for things. So I watched an episode of Dr. Stone. I won't be watching another episode of Dr. Stone.
Is it a shonen?
It's kind of very bland.
Oh,
maybe it's like bland.
Oh no!
Maybe it blows up at some point, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so incredible!" But I feel like this has Attack on Titan hype behind it, where everyone else loved it, and I was just like, "No, thanks." Animation is very high quality. Art style, I really don't like.
Oh, what is it about the art style that doesn't do it for you?
It's just some of the design choices.
Okay.
Especially the main characters, because for some reason they made him an onion.
What?
His entire... Have you seen a picture of the Dr. Stone of Dr. Stone?
I don't think so.
Dr. Stone. Main character. Like, for some strange reason, his head is a green onion. It's... Just Google Dr. Stone and you'll see what I mean.
Alrighty. Come on, Google. Dr. Stone. Okay.
He's an onion.
Yeah.
Why is he an onion?
I don't know.
It's not even like it plays into what's gone on in the episode.
It's just a weird design choice.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a post-apocalyptic thing, which, the setting is very different for a shonen. It's post-apocalyptic. They all got turned into stone by a mysterious phenomenon, and thousands of years later they wake up, and they're trying to rebuild society. That's very different. But the overall tone and everything else, it does very, very little for me.
Okay.
So I'm afraid I'm not into it. There's also like a ridiculous number of isekais out this season.
Oh, I mean, to add to the plethora of isekais already
but like,
out.
There's always isekais, but this is like isekai the season. So I checked out a couple. Aria Ferretta, which is basically poor man's giant chicken.
Oh.
It has a very...
Is that the one where the entire class gets transported?
Yeah, so
yes.
Basic setup, you can see the similarities. Basic setup, guy gets transported with his class, but a lot of people there don't like him because he seems to have the weakest ability. Also, they're really jealous of him because he's friends with the most popular girl, the hot girl kind of thing. And he's like the nerd. He ends up being betrayed. He reacts in a really negative fashion, and his personality does a 180. And he gains powers beyond what you would expect. Does that sound familiar?
It does, but without a chicken.
Without
Or
a chicken.
Raftalia.
Yeah. Going by the intro, he will get a Raftalia comparison.
Yeah.
At least a rabbit version of her. But it's like the opening is quite brutal. There's quite a lot of blood and violence and eating of things.
Okay.
And it does throw you straight in the middle of things, but the overall tone and writing, and I feel like it's going to jump straight into the trope of, oh, so overpowered. Like,
so you're not... Are you going to continue with it, or just...
I might try episode 2, see if at least... Because they set up a new character was being introduced who looks like she'll be important, but what makes a really good isekai is often how it uses those tropes. And often how they avoid them by not having them being the all-powerful everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's very important sometimes to do that. So at the moment, like this guy ending up being, oh, I'm the badass. I'm now a broody badass with problems. Because it seems like he's going to be more of that than I'm dealing with my issues type, you know?
Right.
But we'll see. There's also Mao-sama Retry, which I just checked out, which was guy gets sucked into video game ones. I usually hate the video game ones.
Yeah.
It really annoys me. I didn't hate this, but I didn't love it either. It's just like, guy sucked in to a video game he's programming. He's the Mao character, and he saves a girl from being stoned at a village, and it's, you know, usual, like, I'm semi-parent thing. I did check out the one with the mom. Which is Sujo Kogeki ga Zentai Kogeki du Tukai Kogeki de Okasan Wasuki desu ka?
Yeah, something about your mum doing critical hits or something.
The mother who kills you with two critical hits.
That's it.
So basically, guy meets a woman who makes bad puns about her name and says he filled out a form and like you're going to be the hero in this video game world. He gets sucked in, his mother gets sucked in at the same time, and she's just like 15 billion times stronger than him.
Yeah.
And also she looks younger than him. Considerably younger than him. And stores a travel manual in her boobs, which she takes out in front of her son. Who looks very uncomfortable with the whole thing. I am glad they didn't do what I was assuming this was going to do, which was the mother thinks he's hot.
Okay.
Which we both know is a genre.
I'm pretty sure that's what happens in the show, or rather the kids thinks the mom's hot.
Maybe, but
I
like...
from what I hear, that's where it goes.
So far, no one's like been going like, hey mom, you need a bath? Need someone to rub your back there, mom?
You know what else, Mikey? They are blood related.
Yep.
It's not a show where it's like, well, they're not blood related. It's nope.
No, this is his biological mother.
I don't know.
But apparently it ends on like, they did end on a bit of a laugh, which was like, okay, we're going to get party members, and she's got pictures of party members because she blew up the guild to make it look like, oh, they'll know we're serious. And it's also a video game one as well, so the people are talking about status effects and everything else. But and then she's holding up photos of like, oh, these girls are applying to be part of an adventurous party. We should pick them. Which one is your type? What? Well, if we're going to pick them, they're going to be part of our party. And then her face suddenly freezes and the camera slowly moves in. And she's going like, if they're part of our party, they're part of her life. If they're part of her life, it's like they're living with us. If they're living with us, they might as well be married or boyfriend or girlfriend or anything else. Don't you agree?
Oh, God.
And then she's like, oh, good, you agree. Then we better set up the interviews with mom. What? The interviews with mom.
What?
Yeah, that's how she says it. It's just like, oh no.
Oh no.
One I meant to check out, but I didn't get a chance, was Vinland Saga, which is kind of...
that's meant to be the thing of the season. That looks really good.
Yes, but you and I both know it happens sometimes with the thing of the season.
This is true. This is a fair thing. But then again, actually, was SSS Gridman the thing of the season?
It was for me.
It was for me, yeah.
And it wasn't for anyone with eyes, but... Yeah, I skimmed a couple of others, but the big one, and this one kind of caught me by surprise, was Kanata no Astra, or Astra Lost in Space. So it's been a while since I've seen kind of a spacey sci-fi kind of thing. Because usually when something's in space these days, it's like, it's either mecha, or we're on a planet that might as well be Earth, or something like that, you know? So this is a story of a high school trip. So in this, they're set in 2061, where they have faster than light travel, and basically field trips there are you get dropped off on a planet for a week to tour the place and live a survivalist lifestyle and everything else. And then they come back for you 5 days later, and you go home, and it's like you just went down the road. So a group of students, they're all from the same school, but they don't know each other, are dropped off on a planet. They think it's going to be very, very simple. And then a ball appears that sucks them all in, drops them into deep space 5,000 light years away from Earth, next to an abandoned ship, and they must find a way to get home. So they plot a course about how they can get home and get the resources needed. And in a good time frame and everything else, and make their way. There's only 2 episodes out so far. I really dug this. I really dug this. It's very it opens in this very good, uncomfortable scene. Very good use of light, very good use of shadow, very good use of motion. And then it switches to a very anime scene of the main female character, Aries, or Arias. She's like a bit of an all-knowing ditz. She gets people's names wrong all the time. She says silly things. The main male character, Kanata, who he sees himself as a potential leader figure, and then you find out his reason for that, and I think it was very, very well handled. His relationship with his father, his relationship with one of his teachers, and episode 2 is really focused on one of the other characters and building up her backstory and why she is the way she is, and really setting up a good bit of tragedy, and also introducing a new mystery, because something else is they go to a new planet, something's going on down there, and then there's something going on in the ship.
Right. And
there's there's 9 characters all in all. Each one has something interesting that I am curious about. I like this. It's got a bit of an older vibe to it, but it's somehow managing to be, you know, those ones you go into and you think everyone's going to die, and then they do?
Yes.
It's got that, at times it has that tone, but it's not like I'm wishing everyone's dead.
It sounds like you're a bit more positive on this one than the other shows you've been talking about so far.
Yeah, no, I think Astra I'm going to keep up with it. It opens with an hour-long episode. And then it's just 2 good things. One, it's a short run, and that's good because the manga only ran for a year. So it's a complete story. And the way they've laid it out, they really would have a hard time dragging it on further, because they've set themselves a very tight timeline for this show to exist in.
Right.
So the show will kind of run in real time. So it'll have about 3 months to air, and about 3 months should pass in series time as well.
Oh, interesting.
So, but I really enjoyed it. I like the visual style. I like the characters. There's a couple there I'm really intrigued by. They have an adorable small child character who is just better than everyone else because she's adorable. But no, it's worth your time, in my opinion. It really is. Especially if you're into sci-fi, like the kind of sci-fi you were getting in the early 2000s, where it was a bit more prominent.
Yeah.
Spinning off the popularity of stuff like Outlaw Star and Cowboy Bebop, of course, but it's worth your time. Yeah, that was me mostly. I didn't get anything in the post or anything. Andy, what about you?
I got a box in the post from Nihongo Wa, which contained a G-frame kit, which is the Hyakushiki. It's a Gundam from the same company that do the Sodo figures and the mini Pla, because I was interested to see what it was like. It's not bad. It comes in 2 boxes. The first box contains a posable frame, and it comes with 2 guns, 2 of the Hyakushiki's guns, and then the other box basically has all of the parts, like all of the colored armor parts. So you don't need to buy the posable frame, because the armor part does come with a static frame. So if you just wanted a static model, you could just buy that and you'd be fine, but you'd be missing out on stuff. It's not too bad. It could do with a bit of tightening up around some of the joints, but it goes together nicely, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not too bad of a little Hyakushiki. In the box also was a Sodo figure of Madrogue. You remember that boy?
I remember that boy.
I wanted to pick him up. He did. I wanted to pick it up not because of the character, but because I thought the suit design was really nice. And it was another one to add to it. I also got some more Fate Grand Order arcade cards, because I like having these, because I like the characters. So I got Siegfried, what's her name? Carmella, I also got not Spartacus, Leonidas, that's his name, St. George, and Hassan of the Cursed Arm, because I like those guys. And finally, the big thing in the box was Figma Megumin from Konosuba. She also comes with Chumosuke, a little cat, which is quite nice. She did have some problems when she came out of the box, like her hairpiece and faces don't stick in very well, so I'm going to have to buy some floor polish, I think, to strengthen the joints so they stay in a face, because otherwise they just kind of slide out and it's a little bit of a nightmare to have a Figma face fall out.
Yes.
The hat connects very loosely, because Mikey, you've had a Figma, you know that the way you change faces is you pull the front of the hair off and then you replace the face. The way that you put the hat on is you pull out the hairpiece and then slide the hat piece in. And then, do you remember watching, or have you watched Jobby the Hong's Nendroid video with the chick from the Trigger show that has the siren on top of her head?
Yeah, the one who turns into a gun.
Yes, it's the same idea. You put there's a little extra bit of plastic hanging down from the hat that you slot in between the hairpiece and it's meant to hold in, but it's a very loose connection. While switching around the staff, I didn't realize that there was only one way it was meant to go in, and pushed a little bit too hard and put a small crack in it, which was a bit of a fucking bummer. So I threw some glue on there, so it's not super noticeable. I know it's there, which is more annoying than anything. But hopefully it should hold together now with that glue and everything else in there. But I like Megumin. Her cape's quite nice and posable. She has tiny, tiny wee hands, which is a little bit scary for Figmas. She comes with embarrassed face, screaming face for the explosions, and just a standard face. That's right. I like her. I'm looking forward to getting Kazma because he's on pre-order. I cannot buy Aqua until they re-release her because she is very fucking expensive on Mandarake. Like her lowest price I've seen her go for, Mikey, is 10,000. And her original sales price was like 6,900 or something.
No, yeah, that's Jesus.
And that was the lowest price. The highest price, which is the more common price, is 12,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I know why, but it's insane.
I have a feeling people really like using the screamy, crazy face that Aqua comes with. So my only hope is a random, out of the blue, no hope in chance of hell, but sometimes does happen, reissue happens on her. That's my only hope. Because I'm getting Darkness. So it'll literally only be her that I don't have, which would be weird.
Which is kind of like not having the head of the combiner,
monster.
really, isn't it?
The monster, not a combiner. The monster. She's the reason that this entire show happens, because she was a bitch.
Yeah, but do you have himself?
Oh yeah, I got Kazma on pre-order.
Yeah. I was going to say, but just trying to think there.
Yeah, he's on. He's coming out this month at some point.
So you pre-ordered Darkness?
She's not up for pre-order just yet.
Okay. But you have Kazmades.
Hi, Kazmades. Yeah, he comes with his Chun Chun Maru as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so his stupid sword that Megumin names, and he didn't want it. I really like Chumosuke as well. Really cute little cat.
Yeah, he's a good cat.
Yeah. Also, it hates Aqua, so that's also a good judge of character.
You say that, but you also love Aqua.
I do, but she's not the person I'd want to spend time with.
I would, but I want to direct her at other people at the same time.
Okay,
like
so
I want to be steering Aqua.
Yeah, I could see that. I do want all of them because they all visually, all of their colors work fantastically off each other. When they were doing the designs for all these characters, they made them color-wise blend all really nicely together and complement each other fantastically. So I'd like to get that in the future. So I'm happy with Megumin, even though I fucked up a little bit, and she will be better once I buy some floor polish and just tighten up her hair so it doesn't fall off quite as often. In terms of things I watched Stranger Things. So I've done all season 3.
Any good?
It was a lot better than season 2, which I wasn't a big fan of. I thought season 2 was very blech, but this was much more on point, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a good show. It feels like there might not be any more after this, but there also might be. It's at that place where they could stop it or they could keep going. I think they'll keep going.
But should they, is my question.
I don't know. The way it ends, I don't think you have to. And originally, apparently, it was meant to be like an anthology series, which might have been better if they'd done it that way. But
I also blame it for the 80s thing that has not gone away.
It was around before Stranger Things, but Stranger Things hammered it home. Yeah. They were the final strikes of the hammer on the nail, that's for sure. I will agree with that.
I'm kind of super, super incredibly over that.
I can understand that. Yeah. If you liked the first season, I think you'll like the third season.
Yes, I liked the first season quite a bit.
Yeah, I think you'll probably enjoy the third season. I'm guessing you didn't like season 2.
You weren't fussed on it. It wasn't...
Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah, that's exactly me as well. This one was I thought a lot better. Yeah, so I did that. I watched episode 2 of Lord El Malloy, the second case files. Still good. I still don't know what the overall story is going to be, but it set up a bit more of him paying off his debt, which he's having to do with a bit of magic woo woo, and that's it. It's just a case. Kind of, I guess, to show off the wizard world or the mage's world a bit more. And I did one episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yeah, that is shown in the show.
Is it pretty though?
It is. It's showing like the cracks are becoming even larger.
Yeah,
even larger. It's like, oh dear. Okay. I don't know if I might keep going with it, but I might stop at some point.
I have stopped, I'm afraid, which is it's a shame for me.
I can understand. It's bringing up too many of those tropes, which just lose me. It's why I'm probably not going to go back to Hero Academia unless I hear amazing things from probably you,
Jason. Really?
Yeah.
I am kind of, unfortunately, I am at the stage with this Hero Academia where it's just like, I really liked it, but I also had more problems with it at times. Yeah. So, unfortunately, right now, I'm just like, it fell into. I think it fell into a trap. I think it was above the trap, and it held on as long as it could, and I think it fell into the trap.
Yeah, maybe it'll pick up again. I'm not sure, but at the moment, I've got very little invested interest in doing it, to be honest. So I think that's it. I can't think of anything else amazing I did. I saw my buddy Matt this week as well, which was a load of fun as we went to Forest, had P-Hat, and watched some dumb shit as we usually do. And yeah, that was my week of stuff. We don't really have any questions this week, but we do have a message from Tenemon talking about the finer points of JoJo, because Mikey loves JoJo, and Mikey needs to hear more about JoJo. I won't go over the full...
I suddenly feel like I'm in 2016.
You are. It's 3 years ago, Mikey. We won't go over it because it's just kind of a talking about Dio, and the bit that made me laugh was apparently he knees a dog in the face, and I was like, oh, that sounds a bit harsh, and then I did laugh quite a bit of it though, because I thought that's a pretty intense, funny thing for a bad guy to do. And then Mikey showed me the dog from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I was like, oh no, that's an ugly dog.
Need that dog.
Yeah.
Need that dog as much as humanly possible. Fix his face. He has a people face, Andy.
Yeah, that's the worrying thing. Yeah, it's if you drew the dog from Men in Black, you know, the talk. Yeah. That would make sense. It would make sense.
I think he does talk.
He probably does. I wouldn't be surprised, which makes it even worse or weirder. Yeah. But yeah, more JoJo. That's fine. He skipped out on the last episode because he fears the near spoilers, which is understandable because you don't really want that game spoiled, which I would agree with. Would you agree, Mikey?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Mr. Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
There's Twitter and Irish Paleo. YouTube is GWolf3. Of course, you can send us messages on the Moonbase2 at gmail.com, at the Moonbase2 Twitter, Facebook, on Patreon, on Libsyn. Also, just so you know, we did an interview there this week with Brian Ruckley, the writer for IDW. It's going to be out on Patreon soon, and about a week after that, it'll be up on the Publix. It was a very interesting interview. I do admit it just kind of turned into me talking about his zoology podcast as well, because
it's Mikey.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. Like, there's a really weird fucking shark out there, guys. You really need to hear about it. So yeah, good setup, I think. Good taster for what you'll probably get at TFN, and I think it's worth the time.
Cool.
What about you, Andy?
You can find me on Twitter, CCTFW, on YouTube as Corporate Commander TFW. You can find this podcast and more, just this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook.
You can find Andy there, waiting, interminably waiting.
I'm always in a bush somewhere, Mikey.
Yeah.
Always be aware. Always be aware. You can also find us on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, and you can head over to Patreon, which Mikey mentioned earlier, patreon.com/Moonbase2 for the extended and early podcast and all that kind of jazzmatazz. And you can head over to ccbunker.weebly.com for all that kind of nonsense as well. And you can send messages on our favourite animes if you want, or other stuff as well.
That doesn't have the letters J in it. There will be no J's.
I'm trying to think if there are any other J shows that we like. I don't think they are. Not that they begin with J's.
Yeah. See, nothing good ever come out of the letter J.
Oh damn! Mikey's making statements.
Name one good thing.
Jam.
Marmalade. You can have marmalade. You can have
look
spread.
at you! You can fancy
you can have
marmalade,
your products.
man.
You don't need to have jam.
Yeah. What about
Produce.
jalopies?
I don't know what that is. That's not a word. You're making terms up.
Hey, what's about this with your jalopies? Come on, man.
If you say jalapenos, I'm going to get annoyed.